Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Beerud Sheth, the CEO and co-founder of Gupshup. Thank you for joining us, Beerud.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you've got a really interesting background. I'll let you get into that a little bit for us, first of all. Tell us about yourself and what led to Gupshup.
Sure. So I've been a serial entrepreneur by now. I previously founded a company called Elance, which pioneered online freelancing. It is now called Upwork, and it's a publicly listed company. And then I founded this company called Gupshup. Gupshup is a enterprise messaging platform. We help enterprises. So when enterprises want to send messages to consumers, right? Think about airlines sending, flight alerts to their passengers, or you have e-commerce companies sending package delivery notifications to customers, or banks sending financial alerts, and so on. Anyway, we help enterprises like this send millions, actually billions of messages to lots and lots of consumers out there, and it's a platform that provides it.
And tell us about the meaning of the name Gupshup.
Gupshup is the Hindi word for chit chat, and chat. The messaging, chatbots. These are all sort of the themes that we work on, and we thought it was an appropriate name for what we do.
And you also created a messaging app for consumers, I guess, on different platforms as well to use. So tell us about that and how that works, how it's different from the typical messaging app.
Sure. So, what we are doing is so when you think about the text messaging experience today for most consumers, right, they receive messages from the consumer side. They receive multiple messages from different enterprises, and not just in the U.S., but in many countries around the world, the volume of messages can be very high, right? So it can lead to a lot of clutter, a bit of, you feel overwhelmed with being inundated with these messages. Now, these messages are important, right? They're not spam. You need them to manage your life, but you may get it for every flight booking, every e-commerce transaction, every time you swipe your credit card, every time you book a taxi or a hotel, and so on. So anyway, given that problem, what we've done is we've developed we call it sort of a smart messaging solution, right? Meaning there is AI. We use AI software and put it right inside the messaging app, which then does a few things. It can automatically classify all incoming messages into different folders. So your personal messages, your transactional messages, your promotional messages, and so on are classified into different folders. And the second thing is it also reads the message, these enterprise messages, and extracts some key information. For example, if it's about your flight, then it'll figure out, from city to city, the flight number, time, and so on. And then it displays the message. It visualizes it, right? Meaning it displays it as a structured card. It kind of looks like a boarding pass or a train ticket or a movie ticket rather than just a blob of text. So anyway, this AI software does classification, it does visualization, and we package it into a messaging app that gives just a much better sort of text messaging experience. And that's what we've built. This is the first time, if you think about messaging apps, they haven't seen any innovation in about 20 plus years. It has always been sort of this simple sequence, chronological sequence of text messages. And, in a way we've just done the first big step in enhancing that user experience by leveraging AI and doing automatic classification and visualization. Does that make sense?
Sure. There are built-in folders in Gupshup. Tell us how this works. Step us through for the consumer here, how they go.
Sure. So actually, consumers will likely be very familiar with this. If you use Gmail, for example, right, you will know that Gmail automatically classifies your email into a few different folders. They have a folder for social media, a folder for promotional messages, and then sort of your personal messages, right? So, and most people are familiar with this kind of stuff. It's just that we are now doing it for the messaging inbox, right? The text messaging inbox. right? So there are there are predefined folders. There is a folder for personal messages, a folder for transactional messages, for promotional messages, and then even for blocked spam, right, that you want to block. So for now, we've just started with these 4 folders, but we probably will add more later, right? So like I said, all incoming messages are classified into one of these folders. And then the second thing is it reads the messages, understands it, highlights the key information, and presents it in a nice way, right? So in a way, it takes the clutter out of this experience. I like to describe it as, we're taking the mess out of messaging. We're just making it, less cluttered. We're making it more visually attractive, easy to understand what the message is about, and be able to manage the high volume of messages coming in.
So how many people are using this today, and what's your plan to get this more widely adopted?
So our software is out there on at least 50 million devices, and
you have partnerships with some handset makers, correct?
That's correct. So we work with global handset manufacturers. There's a couple that we've announced so far. OnePlus, and by the way, that's in India, right? Currently, it's they wanted to launch it country by country. So OnePlus India has launched it. Xiaomi has also done it in India. And so on, right? And then the idea, there's a couple of others that we haven't announced yet, but there's more coming. And I expect it'll also roll out in other countries. We had to start somewhere, but we are on 50 plus million devices and expected to be on many more. And like I said, it just provides a delightful customer experience.
And how is it that you're making money from it? I mean, consumers aren't paying for this.
Right. So no, consumers are not paying, and neither are the handset manufacturers. What actually happens, right? So our core business is enterprise messaging, right? And we make money from enterprises. So the important thing here is if the consumer experience is not good, then the enterprises are limited in what they can do, and how they can engage their consumers, right? But with our software, the consumer experience is more delightful, which means consumers can consume more messages and they can interact with these messages, which enterprises are willing to pay a premium for, right? So let's take the example of that airline, right? In addition to sending the flight information, suppose the flight is delayed, that message can automatically update itself, or if the user wants to upgrade the flight or cancel the flight or book a meal package or something, right? All those action items could be embedded in the messages as well, right? So ultimately, we make money from enterprises who are actually more than willing to pay for additional services that help them engage their consumers better, right? Because the airline is more focused on customer satisfaction and getting more tickets sold, or the bank wants more credit card transactions, the e-commerce company wants more transactions, and so on. So they want to provide these richer experiences, and so it's sort of indirect. We make money indirectly from enterprises, but I think enterprises will not succeed unless consumers also have a really delightful experience.
Terrific. So where can people go for more information and to check this out?
So we have the app is on the Google Play Store for now, and it's available. Users can download it and try it out. But the more important thing is with our partnership with handset manufacturers, consumers don't have to do anything. It will automatically flow into their device and into their messaging app as it rolls out into more countries. We find that that's a frictionless way of getting to more and more users, right? So I think our primary goal is to work with handset manufacturers, but we do have an app in the Play Store. It's called Gupshup Messenger that anyone can download.
And once again, it's spelled Gupshup. Beerud Sheth, thank you for taking the time with us.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.